Next up, basketball and tennis player Cathy Mackin. Cathy was a two-sport standout who was a tennis conference champion before focusing her performance on the basketball court. She graduated as the program's all-time scoring leader with 1,269 career points and was one of the most prolific three-point shooters in Binghamton basketball history. A two-time all-conference selection, Cathy helped lead the women's team to 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances between 1995 and 1998. Please draw your attention now to the video board behind me for these highlights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cathy Mackin, forever enshrined in the Binghamton University Athletics Hall of Fame.
All right, let's see if I can get through this without crying. I want to thank you all for this incredible honor, truly, to my teammates, my parents, my husband, my 3 daughters, my in-laws, and the rest of my family and friends. Thank you for all the support over the years. It's funny, because most of the people that are here to celebrate me actually never saw me play. So they've only gotten to hear all the endless stories of my time here at Binghamton. To my parents, I really couldn't have done it without your support. They really didn't miss many games. And considering we live 3 hours away, that's pretty crazy. I have fond memories of dinner after the games, breakfast the next morning, and you set the bar really high. And as a parent myself now, I know how meaningful it is to have your parents, in the stands. Sorry. Okay. To be named with all of these amazing athletes is quite the tribute. I've had a lot of time, 26 years to be exact, to think about what I might say if I ever got the call. My time here was truly one of the most impactful experiences of my life, and there hasn't been a day that has gone by where I haven't thought about my time here in some way. As Di said, it made me stronger. It showed me perseverance pays off, and to never underestimate the power of a group of strong, hardworking women. I'll be honest, as the years ticked by, I started letting go that I would be inducted, and I kind of assumed it wouldn't happen. And that at time allowed me perspective, one that if it happened right away, I don't think I would have had. I think if I got it right after I graduated, I would have patted myself on the back, said, you did a great job, you really can score and win a lot of games. But after, being able to think about my time here, it offered me a chance to really consider all that me and my teammates accomplished. And instead of looking at the stats and the games won, it allowed me to look at everything else. And for that, I truly am most proud. When I first came to campus, scoring 1,000 points, breaking a record, winning a lot of games and being part of an historic 4 years was the furthest thing from my mind. I heard, I wanted to go to class, I wanted to play sports, maybe go to a few parties, and I heard they needed people on the tennis team, so I hopped on. I'm pretty sure nowadays you need some sort of national ranking to play collegiate tennis, but back then they were happy to take me. But it didn't take long for my body to break down. I was going from tennis to preseason basketball, and I ended up with stress fractures and couldn't play basketball my first semester. And that was really the first time I ever had to sit and watch. And I had to wait, and that waiting offered me a chance to look around. And to be honest, I didn't really love what I saw. For starters, nobody came to our games. I remember our first game sitting there wishing I could play and counting the number of people in the stands. And it was maybe 50, and most of them were either related to us in some way. And during the fourth quarter, tons of people would stroll in to see the men's team because they were hugely successful. They had a pretty famous coach, and it felt embarrassing because I felt that we had a great product, and people should want to come to our games just as much as the men's. We also had terrible uniforms. Okay, I want you to picture sleeves, V-neck, double ply, shorts that felt like diapers. The men's got a lot of really nice swag and beautiful brand new uniforms. On road trips, we had to go 4 to a room. The men only had to go 2. I was told it was because we were smaller and we could fit 2 in a bed, but I was popular roommate request because at 5'6", even back then, I was pretty small. And then after one insane bus ride home, I think it was a Potsdam-Plattsburgh trip, it always snowed like 3 feet. And we pull in, the bus was like shaking. I really was like fearing for our lives. The men pull in, this state-of-the-art brand new bus. They're like, oh, we're watching movies. And I'm like, we did not have a DVD player on our bus. Like, what's going on? Our bus was from like 1975, orange plush seats and all. Then the West Gym was being renovated. We all got bumped to the East Gym, and who do you think got the 9 to 11 p.m. time slot? Us. Each time, I was a philosophy, politics, and law major, probably unfortunately for the athletic director at the time. I would go into his office and explain to him Title IX and ask why, there were these inequities. And he never really had a good answer, but he was willing to listen to me, and he always smiled. And looking back, I'm really glad that I stuck up for us. I'm lucky that Binghamton allowed me the chance to voice my concerns and let them know about all the inequalities that existed. At first, a lot of my teammates, they didn't really want to listen. I'm glad Karen said that she was listening and that my voice was heard, because it felt like they rolled their eyes a lot at me. Oh, here we go. Mackin's got another thing she wants to complain about. But looking, I see now that back then it was all too common. Who would listen? And quite frankly, we all just wanted to play basketball. And there was at some point that there was a decision made that we wanted things to change and we wanted people to notice us. We had T-shirts made up that said Binghamton Women's Basketball on the front and one word on the back, respect. I still have that T-shirt. We felt disrespected, and we decided to make people see that we should be valued and that our game was just as fun, just as competitive, and deserved the same perks that the men's team got. And I was really lucky because we put our money where our mouths were, and we won a lot. We beat teams that never thought we should be in the same gym as them. Our halftimes consisted of us riling each other up, saying, those private school girls, or those D1 girls, those D2 girls, don't think that D3 SUNY kids should be playing with them. We were a group of devoted, gritty, tough, fun as heck women who loved basketball. And we loved it so much that we paid tuition to play it. I have tried to describe my love for the game, and the only thing I've come close to is that it's literally pumping in my veins. And for the first time, I was with a group of women that felt the exact same way. A passion you couldn't explain, a desire to win, to work hard, but also who shared a lot of laughs. And I think that was the winning combination. We didn't take anything all that serious, but when it came time to step on the floor, we just wanted to win. We wanted to win because we wanted the respect. We wanted to prove that our game was as good as the men's and just as entertaining to watch, just as competitive and exciting. And as my senior year began and it became possible for me to score 1,000 points and break the record, I didn't really love the focus that was on me. I still felt our team had unfinished business, and I wanted it to be about them and all that we were doing. We were the buzz of the school newspaper. The local newspaper, students and community members started coming to our games. We beat D1 Stony Brook and broke NYU's 75-game win streak at home a year after they had just won the national championship. The Stony Brook game is one of the few games that I can vividly remember. And yeah, I did hit the game winner, but really that's not why. We were down by 2, they were on the line, a few seconds left. If they hit it, we had no timeouts, the game was pretty much over. She missed it. It was a long rebound to me, and I got it right to Bess, who at the time was our leading scorer, because who else would you want the ball in their hands with limited time left? They swarmed her, and she passed it right away to me. 3, 2, 1, I shoot it, we win. And we go crazy. And I think what I'm looking back on it now, what I remember is that Bess never wavered in passing me the ball. She believed in me. And to have that behind you, you literally could accomplish anything. And with all that winning, my team wanted me to score 1,000 points that year. They wanted me to break the record. They wanted it just as much as I did. And I think that's the beauty of sports, is that nobody does it alone. I was lucky to have those kind of teammates all 4 years. And truly, I've been lucky to surround myself with people like that for my whole life. It shaped me into who I am, trying to build other people up, trying to find people who do that for me. My last game in my senior year was sold out in the West Gym. Over 2,000 fans, and we were ranked 4th in the nation, and we believed we could win it all. I'd never played before such a big crowd, and I still think about that game. I dream about it because it doesn't feel like we should have lost. And I really can't believe that we didn't win it all. But I guess that's the beauty of sports too, because it took me a while to realize that we did. By pure effort, grit, hard work, teamwork, we got people to believe in us and respect us. And we earned every ounce of respect that we got. We went from 50 people in the stands to 2,000 in just 4 years. And I'm pretty sure the next year, the team didn't need t-shirts that said respect on the back. We had little girls asking us for our autographs, and the entire community wanted us to win. And I read a lot of the game summaries, which I hadn't even thought about. I mean, the stats are so cool. I mean, the games I scored 20 points, I truly hardly remember. But I'll never forget my teammates, the fun we had, the shared meals, the bus rides, traveling all over, staying in hotel rooms, squished in beds together. The practices, the double sessions where we beat each other up, coming up over Christmas break, the feeling during warm-ups where our names were announced at home games, knowing that a group of women had my back at all times and believed in me when I wasn't so sure. I am joining a class of athletes that I know have all shared that, and for that, I am truly grateful. Thank you.